two of my review. A Home for Q and Candace Closing. But this one would delve more into Candace Closing episode. They Have and Have Not, season 4, episode 9. Um, okay, now we start this episode off with oh God, with Jim. Oh, goodness gracious. We start this episode off with uh, David and Veronica, no, David and Maggie at the tow truck company, and they sitting up there in the truck talking and carrying on, and David been faker than the $3 bill, talking about, I just love my wife. I just don't know what to do about her or whatever. No, dude, you didn't want to start this. You set off this bomb, this powder keg, by your actions of what you have done to this woman and to your family. This is your fault. You messed around. You first of all, you know she has a thing against homosexual people. That's her thing. I don't know what's her reasons behind that, but whatever. You know she got this thing, against homosexual people, but yet and still you want to flaunt your support of y'all son's homosexuality in her face. Then to add insult to injury, or injury to insult to injury, or injury to insult, you want to sit there and go in this room with this hussy, get half naked, start caressing her, kissing her, or whatever, and then you get caught with your pants down. Now, you started this, David, and let me tell you something. She's going to finish it. You do not do a person like that, especially your wife. If they're kissing all up on this woman and whatever, and then gonna make it look like she crazy and that she's seeing things. No, David, this is your fault. You don't love bit more love Veronica than I love the devil, and I don't love the devil at all. So just to be honest with you, so this is on you. Anyway, they sit there talking and carrying on, and you know, still chit chatting or whatever, and having a little fun in the sun or whatever. And my thing is, David is still around this woman. He knows his wife can't stand her, and he's still around her, going to different places and smiling all up in her face or whatever. And I'm sick of him, and I'm sick of her. I'm sick of Maggie whole day. I can't wait till she's written off the show. So, bye bye, toodles, whatever. Anyway, after that, it goes back. We are back at the prison. Jim shows up, I guess, to get Wyatt out of there. And Jim is just as fake as David. Jim set this whole thing up with Wyatt being and locked up, and now he gets there and he finds out that Wyatt has been sexually assaulted by an inmate, and he want to know what's going on and wonder why and how it happened. Well, Jim, let me tell you something. If you had not put him in there, he wouldn't have got sexually assaulted. You dropped the ball again. You are the worst parent on the show. I would say it, and I'll keep on saying it. You and Candace, by far, are the worst parents on this show. So, to keep it moving. And anyway, and then Jim's up there questioning these guards, like, who put him in there, who's behind it, or whatever. And these two white guards had sold out this black guard and whatever. And Jim's all up in his face talking about threatening him, and I'm going to kill you in front of your family, and I'm going to find out who's behind this, and blah, blah, blah. Jim, shut up. This is you. This is you thinking that you think you know everything and think you know what's best for everybody when you don't. So you can just shut up and keep it moving. So anyway, the black guard takes Jim back there with Wyatt, and Wyatt's still begging to go home. She was like, I can't deal with this anymore, Dad. Can you please take me home? So Jim, still had this little business with the prison system and the prison guards, and he agrees to take him home. Well, on the way home, he's up there berating him and talking about, you're not going to talk to the DA, are you, or whatever. And then Wyatt was like, no, I wish Wyatt would just took off with his right hand and just knocked the crap out of him. Just knock him out so cold where he had to grab the wheel to keep it going. I cannot stand Jim Cryer. Jim Cryer is, he disgusts me. And anyway, so after that, we go back to the hospital with this CPS chick and Candace and Oscar. The CPS chick tell Candace and Oscar they have to leave because I guess her boss had told her that the judge has to sign off and whatever, of who gets to see the baby and gets to be around the baby or whatever. And Candace is mad, faking. I should say faking mad. Candace probably couldn't wait to leave that hospital. She don't even more care about that baby than dirt, and I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you. And so Candace and Oscar, they leave, and then next thing you know, here comes Queen Hannah. Queen Hannah, bless her heart. I really feel sorry for her, and I feel sorry for the baby, and I feel sorry for Benny in this situation. Um, Queen Hannah, she's begging to see the baby, but the CVS worker would not let her see the baby or whatever, and it is what it is. And then after that, we go to the campaign headquarters, and David is there again with the hoe Maggie Hode, and she's still all up in his face, chi and he, and then here comes the reporter lady up in there, and then she and whatever, and then next thing you know, Jeffrey's up in there, and then Jeffrey up there telling David, you when I was young and I did things wrong, you disciplined me, and your mom disciplined me, but you sit there let mama do whatever she wants to do. Well, first of all, Jeffrey, your mama is grown. She is not your father's daughter. She's your father's wife, unfortunately for her. But she is his wife, not his daughter. He ain't supposed to be giving her no whoopings or no timeouts or no punishments or whatever. That was your granddaddy's job, your grandmama's job. He ain't either one. So he needs to stay his place. Anyway, back to the situation at hand. Jeffrey, if they're talking about, when I was wrong, I used to get punishments or whatever. You made me own up to my whatever. Well, your daddy and your mama's supposed to do that. That's their job. Your daddy ain't got no business chastising your mama. That's his wife. So let's keep it real. Let's keep it 100. Your mama is wrong. She do what she want to do. Anyway, they get to talking about this, that, there, and the other. The next thing you know, Mackie come back in there with the reporter lady and introduce Jeffrey to the reporter lady, and they get Jeffrey leaves, and then next thing you know, David gets on the phone calling Veronica like he's her daddy. Let me tell you something, David. You do not order no grown woman around to do nothing. I'm telling you 100 right now. Call me a feminist, call me whatever. If you talk to me the way you talk to her, I would have showed up. I would go, this is the message. I would erase the message, and I would act like I didn't hear it and kept it moving. But you better be glad she showed up. And then when she shows up, she tells you she didn't appreciate the phone messages that you left on her phone. I wouldn't appreciate that crap either. I'm just going to be honest with you. You don't talk to her like you her daddy. Who do you think you are? Get a life, do whatever. You do not tell her what to do. And let's keep it real in 100. She got a new man now, and it ain't you. He's hotter than you, he's younger than you, and even he don't tell her what to do. So let's keep it 100 and real with that. Anyway, so she gets to the campaign headquarters, and he's sitting there talking about running down a list of things that she's done. Well, David, let me explain this to you. You sit there, you hurt a woman's spirit, you break a woman's spirit, you break her down. You don't think she's going to snap back and clap back and retaliate? Really, David? You brought this on yourself. You brought all this pain and drama. You let it rain on down yourself, your friends, your sons, because of your actions. It ain't her fault. It's your fault. Let's keep it 100. So anyway, they sit there talking or whatever, and he's bringing out a listings of everything that she's done. Oh, I'm so glad she hit him with that gut punch. I was like, yes, yes, yes. She told him about her and Benny. I was like, girl, thank you. You saved, you outed yourself. You did not give Maggie the satisfaction to out you or the pleasure to out you. You outed yourself. Girl, you did it real good. I'm proud about you about that. And then here comes the pillar punch. She gave him divorce papers. I was like, yes. I got up, I was clapping, I was dancing, I was happy. I was like, because first of all, David deserves all of this that's coming down on him right now. Anyway, and then now we get ready for the big finale of the night or whatever. So at the finale of the night, they are at the headquarters again, and Queen Catherine arrives, and comes in the room and comes into a building or whatever, and here comes Maggie Hodey. And let me tell you something, she getting all up in Queen Catherine's face, acting all fake and whatever. Oh, is Wyatt here? She's like, Queen Catherine's like, I thought I told you Wyatt wasn't coming here. He's not going to make it. And then next thing you know, Queen Veronica comes up behind Queen Catherine, and then Maggie Hodey being fake, come on, hi, Mrs. Harrington. She was like, B, don't you start with me. Yes, Queen Veronica, tell her, don't you start with me. And I just love everything every jab that she gave that trick, she deserved it. I am so happy that Queen Veronica rained on her parade that night and that day. Anyway, so they got to talking or whatever, and then next thing you know, this trick gonna get in front of his wife, gonna sit there and go up in his David's face, and Queen Veronica was like, I thought I told you to do your job over there. And then Mackie was like, I'm just doing my job. She said, well, do it over there. And she pushed her and she shoved her. I was like, girl, one thing you don't mess with is a sister. Queen Veronica will annihilate you. She will kill you. Your best bet is to stay away from her and away from her family and whatever. And then she shoved her. She was like, I thought I told you to do it over there. And she did it. And I was like, girl, you go, girl. Queen Veronica was giving me life that whole episode. Her and Queen Hannah got that show on lockdown. I'm telling you, those are, and yeah, I love Queen Catherine to a point too, but Queen Hannah and Queen Veronica are my top two favorites on this show. I'm telling you, they got it going. And anyway, and then okay, yeah, we're gonna go to this house closing situation with Candace and Benny and Oscar. Candace shows up at this, the houses that she so-called bought for her and Benny. And the realtor is there, and she's there signing papers or whatever, and she's there with Oscar, and Oscar's telling her to that he's just wondering how she got all these riches or whatever. Now, and I think Oscar knows everything. I'm about like my girl Ashley Miller now. Oscar is a plant. He knows everything. I don't know who he's working for, but he knows everything. I guess you have to fake the funk in front of her. But I'm glad that if he is a plant, I'm happy, because I hate Candace. Candace deserves whatever reign of terror that she gets coming her way. Whatever karma is coming her way, she deserves it. Anyway, so they sit there talking back and forth, and then Benny arrives. Benny is at this house, at Candace's house, looking like he ain't never seen nothing nice before in his life. Poor child, poor baby Benny. Oh, I just love my Benny to death. He looking around his house, and then he's asking Candace all these questions like, how does she get this money? And Candace is still lying to him and whatever. And I just feel so sorry for Benny, because Benny is like the innocent bystander of this mess and this situation involving his sister. And she telling him about the houses and whatever, and then she's telling him that to continue to lie to their mother or whatever. And my thing is, Benny, you trying to do what's best and you trying to do what's right or whatever, but I just think you just need to steer clear away from your sister. That's the only way that you're going to have a halfway normal life, is to steer clear away from her. And so then next thing you know, they leave Candace's house, and Candace takes Benny to his house, the one that she claims that she got for him. And then he's up there looking around the house, and he's all excited. He's like, he already picked out a room for his mama, honey. I'm like, Benny, I know you love your mama, but honey, ain't no way in the world you're going to be able to get your groove thing on in your own house with your mama there, because she's going to be trying to run your spot for you. No, Queen Hannah can get her own spot. It's time for you to do you, Benny. You're grown. It's time to take that step and be on your own for a while and see how that play out. And but Candace don't have the nerve to tell him that Queen Hannah's not allowed to live there. Now, first of all, if that's Benny's house, if he wants his mom there, that's fine. But I personally don't, for the fact that Queen Hannah was trying to run his spot, I don't want her there. But other than that, I think he should have the right to determine who lives in his house or not. It's not up to you, Candace. I know you bought it, but you just need to slow your roll on that. Anyway, and your mama has the right to take that child. You're not going to be a good mother to him, and he deserves a parent, a stable parent that's going to be there for him and help him out. And the show ain't no thank you. So let's keep it 100 and moving. Anyway, Benny's looking all over this house or whatever, and he's excited or whatever. He's like a kid in a candy store. But anyway, I'm just happy for him that his life is looking up. You know, if he just stick with Queen Veronica, he will have a great life. If it's written right, she can help build him up. At least her help would be more legit than Candace's. Anyway, we're gonna move on from that. We're gonna go back to the campaign headquarters. Jim is mic'd up and ready to do this interview. The reporter's asking him, questions about himself, and he asked him if he's gonna announce his candidacy for governor. And he already announced it, and then she got talking about his wife and his kids, and then she hinted on like she knew that he had kids with Celine, and the next thing you know, Celine is on this video prompter with little Jimmy and Carlos, and I love that part too. And my girl Veronica was in the cut and smiling, because I'm telling you, Queen Veronica, she's tired of the mess. I think she's over it. I think she's over all of it. I think she's over David. She's over the campaign. She's over everything. She just wants to be to herself and do her, and of course do Benny every now and then. But I love her, but I don't love that she did what she did to Wyatt or Jeffrey. But other than that, she's still my girl, and I'm still gonna ride for her. Well, that is my review for A Home for Q, the Have and Have Nots, Home for Q season 4 episode 8, as well as the Have and Have Nots episode Candace Closing season 4 episode 9. You all have a blessed day. Keep me in your prayers. I'm still having my throat problems, but I promised you guys this, and I was going to do it. So you all take care. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and please feel free to comment. Thank you. You all have a blessed day. I love you. Bye-bye. Mwah.